What's up, everybody? Welcome into another Big Men on Campus college football preview video. It's championship week in college football, and Joe Duffy and I are back. Took a couple-week hiatus, but we are back. Joe, back with us here, going over a couple of games. Joe, we got a couple to take a look at. I can't wait to do this. How's everything going? How's your college football season been going?
It's going quite well, and NFL's going extremely well, and I definitely got some good metrics for the bowls and for the conference championship game. So looking forward to building on a heck of a football season.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm doing quite well myself. Interested in this first game. And again, make sure you check out all the videos I'm going to do. I'm going to have 3 we're going to do here with Joe. Then I'm going to do a couple of my own as well. So make sure you check all the videos out on the channel. Joe, Big 12, Baylor to take on Oklahoma for all the marbles in the Big 12. And if Oklahoma wins, they could be a team to go into the playoff. We won't know, obviously, until some things shake out this week. But Baylor, they are eliminated. Oklahoma, though, still with a chance to get into that playoff game. Oklahoma, 8.5 total, 62.5. You know, a couple weeks ago, these teams faced off, and remember, Baylor took that big lead. Then they blew that big lead, and Oklahoma was able to win the game. However, Oklahoma was a 10-point favorite, didn't cover that. I had Baylor in that game, and I'm going to come out and say it, Joe. I have no interest in betting Oklahoma here. I took Baylor the first game. I'm going to take them here again. You look at the Bears this season, 3-0 as a dog, 8-4 overall. One thing we know about Matt Rule, he's a master motivator. He gets these kids to buy into what he's selling. I have to figure, Joe, after that loss, after the first couple of days that they felt sorry about themselves, the goal was, okay, let's go out and take care of business so we can get another crack at Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I love Hurts. I like Lincoln Riley a lot, but I'm still not a big buyer in this defense. I just think for me, with the defense they play, it's very hard to get separation. I think Baylor will be licking their lips to get another chance at Oklahoma. I'm going to lean with Baylor here, plus the 8.5. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, Jeff, once again, we tend to agree a lot more than we disagree. Anytime there's a neutral game, whether it's in college basketball or college football, I think if you look at the distance traveled, you might be able to find a little bit of an edge. And sometimes it's only, a half a point or 1 point edge, but that's big in gambling over the long run. The fact that Baylor is playing in-state, they're traveling 82 miles to Oklahoma, is coming 173 miles. So I like to call that a little bit of a neutral field advantage. For years, especially in the bowls, teams playing in their home state were very good play, although truthfully in the last 2 years it hasn't been quite as dominant as it has been overall. I looked it up, and this will apply to a couple of the videos we're going to be talking about today. When teams are in same season revenge, there is no advantage either way. There's no advantage of going with the team that won the first game. There's no advantage of going with the team that lost the first game. In fact, in Division 1A, it's exactly 31-31. The winner of Game 1 covered Game 2 31 times. The loser covered 32 times. So there's really no advantage there. But what you kind of implied, the fact that Baylor, they had that 25-point lead, 28-3. Who blows a 28-3 lead in big games? Certainly, yeah, there you go. But it's, I think, though, the fact that they hung with them, they know that they can beat them, that's really going to help their confidence here. It does worry me a little bit on VSiN. I agree with that. It's been my experience where they talk about be careful of the trendy dogs. It's early, very early, but the fact that the early money, both as far as the money and the number of bets, is on Baylor, that makes me a little bit nervous. But as somebody who at least looks at contrarian stuff, I don't worry about that till closer, until game time. But still, sometimes the early trends can be pretty accurate. Look, OU, they lost to Kansas State. Then they had 3 wins by a combined 8 points. So they've been winning some games, very close games. And of course, if they win this game as a close game, that's fine with me. Baylor will cover. And surprise, Matt Rule, he's really gotten this team to play much better defense. Baylor, when they were competitive, we always remember them as the high up-tempo team. They're holding teams to 1.5 yards per pass below their normal average. And the fact that Hurts, you'll remember, after about Game 6, Game 7, he was one of the top 2 or 3 contenders for the Heisman. He slowed down just a little bit. going against a pretty good pass defense here. Just seems like way too many points. I think, the reputation has a little bit to do with the overlay here, but too many points for teams that are fairly evenly matched.
Totally agree. You also look at the fact that on the season, Oklahoma, 5-7 land points this season, not have been a good favorite. You've lost money betting on them. And look, I know this isn't a true road game, but it is a game both teams are getting on a plane or bus and leaving their home stadium. You look at on the season, Joe, Baylor, 5-0 on the road, scoring 37 points a game, holding teams just 16 a game. They've been one of the premier defenses in this conference. Obviously, that will help them in this one. I just don't see a lot of leeway for Oklahoma to get up and get a lead in this game that's ever any over 7. So I'm in agreement here. Let's go Baylor plus 8.5. Do they win, Joe? Do you think they win this game? What do you think?
I think it's worth a look on the money line. I wouldn't bet my normal amount, but if you want to bet, if you're a dime player, maybe risk $100 on Baylor. I do think that there's a definite possibility of an upset here. Baylor showed that they were for real. Again, they almost beat Oklahoma, as we both said earlier in the year. So this would not be a major upset at all.
Joe and I going with Baylor plus 8.5 in the Big 12 title game. Joe, give us a plug for your website. How have you been doing over at offshoreinsiders.com?
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. And in fact, I should have written my exact record, but things are going extremely well in every single sport. I got the records now at offshoreinsiders.com, working on my stuff before and after this video, but I already have a Thursday, rare case I got the Thursday night side and total in the NFL. I will have the Pac-12 winner, and I'm going to have a bunch of stuff this weekend as well, all at offshoreinsiders.com, and it's been a nice start to basketball as well.
Go check Joe out, all the stuff, all the picks. He's been doing it a long time. We'll be back. Make sure you check out other videos. We got the Pac-12, American, and obviously this one as well. So make sure you check them all out. I'm the big man on campus. He's Joe Duffy. We'll see you in the other video. Thank you.